afternoon, fellow dancers with menopause. It's Suzette here again, and I am coming to you from the beautiful island of Krk, which is in Croatia. Ladies, it is hot. 35 degrees today, no, 34, and it's going to be 35 degrees on Sunday and Monday. But you know what? I'm loving it. I'm not going to complain one bit. I thank you so much for subscribing and for hitting the notification button to let you know that when I upload a video. I'm not going to edit this video one bit because I just wanted to come on here and make sure that I created this video that has been on my mind, this issue to talk about. And so I'm here to share it with you briefly. And the topic for today is why you should take a menopause sabbatical. Now, when I say a menopause sabbatical, I mean those of you ladies who still work. Why should you take some time off work to heal, as it were, and to learn how to manage your menopause, whether you're in perimenopause or you're just starting, or you're like me and you're 9 years in and it's still happening. All the symptoms are still coming fast and furious and fierce. Any season or any stage of the menopause journey that you're in, I think that you should take a menopause sabbatical. And it doesn't have to be a year. It doesn't have to be 6 months. It could just be maybe you're taking 4 weeks to really sit with yourself and sit with your menopause symptoms, and also to do some management strategies, some different ones, until you find the one that works. I took a menopause sabbatical, actually took 2 menopause sabbaticals. And 2021 was when my symptoms became really unbearable for me and unmanageable. So I took I think it was a 9-month sabbatical. I took 3 months and then I went back to work, and I snapped at a guest one day, and then I realized, oh, we're not ready. So then I took another 6-month sabbatical. Then I went all of 2022, what is this, 2024? No, I went all of 2023 without taking one, and then I took one this year, 2024. And that's when I took a 3-month one. That's when I really learned how to manage my symptoms. And that's when I really started the healing process. Of course, I'm still dancing with menopause. I'm still having the hot flashes. I'm still having the night sweats. I'm still having some down days. I'm still having a little bit of insomnia. But you know what? I know how to manage it now. Therefore, I just roll with it. I know how my body is. I know what triggers hot flashes, for example. I know when I'm going to have a night that I am not going to be able to fall asleep, or if I wake up during the night and not able to fall asleep, I know how to manage that now. I must say I was having vertigo, and since this last 3-month sabbatical, I'm not having as many dizzy spells or as many episodes of vertigo as I was having before. So yes, I took a series of menopause sabbaticals, and it was the best thing that I ever did for myself, because the mental work that I did, that was the foundation to my eventual healing. And it took that long. It took 3 years. During the sabbatical, while I was at work, and after, it took 3 years for me to get my mindset in the right place and to do the mind work that I needed to do. I had 3 different therapists, as I mentioned in one of my previous videos. One, I didn't gel with her very much, so I quickly changed her. Then I had another great one that was a part of my sabbatical for 2021. And then this past sabbatical that I had another fantastic therapist that really helped me to look at Suzette, be introspective, and helped me to get some tools and to learn some skills to continue to manage this dance that I'm having with menopause. And I don't know what symptoms you're having. There are a list of them. I will put a list of them in the description below, and you can go through and see which ones you're like, oh, I'm having that one. And then, let's have a conversation in the comments. Anyway, Number one, why you should take a menopause sabbatical. To start with, your mindset. I read a lot of books. I read a ton of books, the list of which I'm going to put down in the description. And let me just give you a few highlights. I read anything by Jen Sincero, You're a Badass. That's her first one. Anything by her, she's got like 4. I've read all of them, and I continue to go back and forth reading them. I read The Magic of Believing, and I'm going to write the authors down. I can't really think of all the authors off the top of my head, but I will write them down on the list as I go down. I read The Art of Happiness, great book. I read The Subtle Art of Not Giving Up. You guys know what that book is. If you don't, just down in the comments. I don't want to say the word because it's a bad word and I don't want to get censored. And I read The Slight Edge. Oh my gosh, so many books I read. I can't think of all of them off the top of my head, but that helped me a great deal. I learned some skills, right? I took the time to learn the art of dancing with menopause. I'm having a hot flash is coming on. I don't know if you can see me glowing, but hey, let's dance right now with this hot flash. I learned some skills that were paramount. I got deep into meditation. That's a skill, let me tell you. I got deep into meditation, and that helps me to stay grounded. No matter what's going on, it helps me to stay grounded. I learned the art of journaling. Yes, and I journal. Journaling is a huge part of my menopause management. I've got a list, so if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my list. I've also learned the art of acceptance. Accepting that this is my stage in life right now, and I can't do anything. I can't do anything about it because it's a natural stage, but I can do certain things to help myself to get through it. I learned to give myself grace. I learned to be kind to myself. These are all very important skills. When I say be kind to myself, again, I'm my own worst critic, and so I learned how to not do that. I learned the art, of positive self-talk, of changing my thoughts. Oh, hot flash. I learned the art of positive self-talk and positive thinking. That took me 3 years. Yeah, things take time, ladies. Things take time. And life is not a straight line. It's up and down, in waves. The dance is not always a waltz. Sometimes it's a salsa. Sometimes it's a salsa. What else? What can I say? A mambo. I don't know if those of you from the Caribbean, you know what that is. I'm from the Caribbean. Sometimes it's dancing to calypso. Sometimes it's dancing to a slow R&B groove. But whatever the tempo of the dance, I learned to be kind to myself. And I don't know if you want examples. One is when I feel the need to curl up in a fetal ball, I learned to, you know what? That's what we're going to do today, Suzette. Curl up in a fetal ball. We're not going to say, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. I'm just going to be nice to myself and give myself that space, give myself that time that I need to process whatever it is that needs to be processed. So that's your mental and learning skills. I also learned to face my truths. That was a hard one. And I journal about this a lot because there a lot of things that we kind of, put to the side because it's too heavy or too dark to deal with. Well, I've started facing my truths. And at first that was really hard. But now every time something confronts me, I'm like, okay, this is it. And now is the time to deal with it. One of these things was, how I deal with my family. I would always make excuses for them, the way they were with me. And my truth is that I got sick of it. And so, you know what? You get what family you get. You don't get to choose them, but you get to choose how you interact with them. And it's not just family, it's also friends. Because one thing that you have to protect yourself, you have to protect your space, you have to lay the boundaries that you want to lay down. And whoever has a problem with that, oh well, because self-preservation is key during this dance with menopause, especially if something is not adding to your life or someone, there's no point. There's absolutely no point. And so another thing that I learned to think about was in this season of change, in this season of new things happening in my mind and in my body, I wanted to find out who I wanted to be at the end of this, on the other side, while I'm going through it as well. I wanted to learn who I wanted to become, the woman that I wanted to become, the changes that I wanted to make. Again, I'm looking at my list, sorry. I learned to look at the woman that I wanted to build, and I also learned to practice the habits that I wanted that new me to have. And so I started practicing those new habits that would build the woman that I wanted to become, that would bring me the most peace and contentment during this time of change and after this time of change. And so one of the things that I became more intentional about was my spirituality. I'm a Christian, and even though I've not been to church in a while, I am still very much a Christian, and my faith is still rock solid. And so I started becoming closer to God and practicing my spirituality more. And I'm not just talking about, the Bible and praying and all of that. I'm talking about also how I interact with other people, being the person that I want to be, doing what is right, saying I am sorry if I need to say I'm sorry, saying I am wrong if I, did something wrong, and trying my best to be the best person that I can be. And I am human, and we err as human, we're not perfect. And so that's another area of where I learned to give myself grace and to be kind to myself, and also extend that graciousness and kindness to other people. And so even if I have to cut someone out of my life, that doesn't mean that, I don't love them anymore, or that there's animosity there or bad feelings or anything like that. I'm just protecting myself, and I'm being gracious to you because, the person I'm being gracious to them by just walking away gracefully and just dealing with the interaction, dealing with the separation as best I can, so that when I come out of that period of grief for the loss of the relationship, I'm okay. I'm okay. So these are a few of the things that you need to look at when you're in your menopause. When you're in your menopause sabbatical. One other thing that I made a priority was my physical health. After my mental health, my physical health is paramount to me. And I made a video, my last video, I'll link it in the description below, about how I struggle with negative self-image, body image. And I'm dealing with that. As I said before, it's 6 months to my 60th birthday. Yes, the big 60 is coming. Those of you ladies who are approaching the big 60 or in the big 60, shout out to you. Say hi down in the comments. And so I want to get my body in a place where I feel good about it. I've accepted where it is right now. That's a big part of the acceptance that I was thinking about. But I need to heal that part of my being, my physical health. And so that's one of the things that, ladies, we need to, because in menopause, things change. My skin got drier. Well, everything got dry. I, of course, put on the weight. I would bloat a lot, so I knew that were some internal things going on. I would get headaches a lot, still do. And so my physiology changed. And so that's one of the big things that I am learning to manage and learning to get control of. And it started during my menopause sabbatical. Now, there are many other reasons, and I have just gone over a few. But if you can think of any more reasons, please write them in the comments. But please, ladies, please consider taking a menopause sabbatical. It's for the best of you, it's for the best of your family, it's for the best of your future. Because I don't know how much longer this is going to happen to me, but I'm happy that I am now in a position where I have got my hand on the steering wheel and my menopause symptoms don't have their hands on me any longer. I am no longer being bashed about by them, even though they still come. Now I know how to handle them. So please consider taking a menopause sabbatical. It was the best thing, the best thing that I ever did for myself. And yes, mine took 3 years. And yeah, yours might take, 3 months. Yours might take longer. But it's important that we take the time to heal. It's important that we take the time to address these beautiful things that are happening, some not so beautiful, but it's heralding us into our new life, into our new bodies, into our new ways of being. So why not? Why not put ourselves in a position to win? Why not put ourselves in a position to be strong? Why not put ourselves in a position to enjoy the rest of our days, the rest of our lives, in our 60s, 50s, 40s even, because some of you ladies start early. Why not? Why not? There's nothing to lose. There's absolutely no harm. So if you agree with me, please write me in the comments and let me know. And let me know if you ever taken a menopause sabbatical or a sabbatical, any kind of leave of absence to address your issues and how it's going. So that's all for me. I'm going to go enjoy some more of my vacation. I will post some videos, watch the shorts feed. I will post some videos and I will also post some pictures. Wherever you are, take care and be kind to yourself. That's me. Bye.